Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Leonie and Mackie show. We are delighted to be here once again. It's your favourite time of the week, let's be honest, isn't it, Mackie?
It is, but it's not Wednesday, unfortunately. Leonie had other commitments, so we pushed it back to Friday. But it's all right because ahead of the final tomorrow, I feel like this is good timing.
And also, we would have done it pre-Leeds on Wednesday. Yeah. And I think let's kick off 3-0 Ellen Road. You were there, Mackie. What was it like?
It was great atmosphere. I've got to say, like, from the Leeds fans, I know we have a bit of a rivalry and, you know, I hope they go down. But all of that aside, 3-0 down and they were just incredibly noisy. And their fans, like, they honestly, they didn't stop chanting, which I've got to rate that. But
it's how it should be, isn't it?
Yeah, it is how it should be. Like, I rate that a lot. But winning 3-0 obviously was lovely.
Absolutely. Clean sheet as well. I know our defence has taken a bit of a battering recently. So to get the clean sheet, how did that feel?
It felt good. And like, it's funny that you bring up the defence because for me, I mean, the fact that it's been announced, this Rudiger thing, before the season's over, and it's also like, it's not like there were only 2 games left. It was announced really early. And I actually do think that his performance has changed since that was announced. He is not playing as well as he has been doing, pre our contract negotiations with him. So I don't rate that at all. And I think that's another thing. Obviously, it's not the only thing that's had an impact on our defence, but I think that's quite big.
Yeah, definitely. And I think there's him being confirmed that he's going to Real Madrid, but then there's also the kind of speculation as well. I guess you could argue, would you rather have the speculation or would you rather have it as a confirmed thing? Because obviously Azpilicueta, Christensen, we're not too sure what's going on there.
Yeah, but Alonso as well, apparently he's open to leaving. Yes. So, but you know, we're going to need to do some serious work.
Mackie, you're gonna have to get your boots out, I think.
When I played football when I was younger, I was never a defender. I'm not strong enough for that. I was always a winger because, like, I don't know, you've got to be really tough to be a defender.
Absolutely.
Do you think you could do that?
Well, when I played football badly back in the day, I was a striker, and my idol at the time was Didier Drogba. And I honestly thought, if I just keep watching videos of him, one day I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
No, it didn't happen. You were like Lukaku when he started.
I mean, I feel like that's an insult to Lukaku as well, to be fair, which is a fantastic segue, Mackie. It's like you plan these things.
I know.
Okay, let's talk about Big Rom then. What are we feeling about him now? We've seen against Wolves, the 2 goals, unfortunately, ended up being a draw, which is a shame for him because he did play well and he was determined. We saw that again against Leeds. How are you feeling about Big Rom now?
3 goals in two starts is good, but it's not done it for me. And a lot of Chelsea fans are getting a bit fooled by this, but I'm not heading down that route because we've seen this before at the beginning of the season. And it hasn't ended well. It's the end of the season now. I don't know where this has come from. It was quite funny at Leeds. Before he scored, he was kind of like scramming a bit. And I said to my mate, I was like, oh, he's not going to get it. Because my mate had been like egging Lukaku on the whole game. And then, I was like, no, he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. And then he like literally scores. And I was like, oh, fair enough.
He was desperate to score that goal as well, wasn't he?
He was, yeah, which is good to see because he hasn't really been the most motivational player, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
So to see him trying a bit more, it's only been 2 games though. I'm not going to get carried away, but it is so positive. It's positive. That's all I'm going to say for now.
Would you start him tomorrow? Oh, big gulp of the old drink there.
That is a good question because I'm kind of 50-50 on that. Because on one hand, we've got players who have done really well throughout the season who might deserve to start before he does. But at the same time, I know Tuchel's the kind of manager who, if a player's playing well and if they're getting goals, he's going to start them. And I think he said that before, like with Timo Werner. He wasn't doing great. Then he starts, his form improves a lot. So Tuchel's like, yeah, I'm going to start you. So I do think Tuchel is like a high chance that Tuchel will start Lukaku tomorrow. And maybe if he does, it will be different to the Carabao Cup final when, I mean, he was offside, wasn't he? Well,
he wasn't offside.
Offside because it wasn't offside, but it's Liverpool. So, you know, they're always going to get the VAR decisions swaying their way. But me personally, yeah, it's a tough one and 50-50. I think Tuchel will, though. I think he will.
I do like his philosophy with, if you're not giving me a reason not to start you at the minute, then, you know, we're giving him a dilemma, aren't we? It's a good dilemma, though. Yeah. And it will be interesting to see how he sets up on Saturday. Someone who we're not sure who will play is Mateo Kovacic, who was at the back end of a horrific tackle by James on Wednesday. It was terrible. It was awful. It was completely reckless, straight red there and then. Absolutely correct decision from the referee. Yeah. What was your assessment of that?
Anthony Taylor, by the way.
Didn't want to say, but
very impressive from the man himself, who is known to sort of not be on our side with those decisions. But yeah, no, 100% clear red. And I think it is a loss. I mean, I know Loftus-Cheek came on when Kovacic went off, and he played extremely well, he had a really, really good game, in my opinion. And maybe he'd do the same performance in the final. But I think losing Kovacic, he's one of our best players. So it is a loss. And hopefully we don't feel it too much, because we do have other players like Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho as well. I think he had quite a good game as well. So we do have other options.
It sounds like Kante's back in training as well, which could be a boost.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the game then. Obviously, my argument is, okay, I'm going to roll with this. In 90 minutes, Liverpool still can't beat us.
That's what I've been saying.
1-1, 2-1, 0-0. And Carabao Cup final was very unfortunate. That's the word I would use.
It can't be more 50-50 than going to keepers on pens. I mean, taking 11 penalties. It doesn't get more even than that. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if one side can win in the full 90 minutes, or if it's going to go to penalties and extra time again.
Absolutely. I would like to think Chelsea could wrap it up in 90 minutes, because I don't know if my heart can take it tomorrow.
You know what? We'll see. We have a good chance, because I think all their mind is on Europe right now. They're in the Champions League final. You know, they're not. I'm not saying that the FA Cup's not important, but if you're in the Champions League final about a week, 2 weeks after the FA Cup final, it's just you're not going to put your everything into it, because you know that you have the chance at getting something 10 times more, like 10 times better, 10 times more glory. So I think that maybe might like help us. Does that make sense?
Potentially. It does make complete sense. I guess the only counter argument to that is the quadruple. Is that what they want?
Stay healthy with water, guys.
I thought it was gin. How important is winning the quadruple to Liverpool? Because they are technically still in line for winning it. Obviously, Tottenham did everyone a massive favour when they drew with them a couple of weeks ago. So, but is that going to be on their radar, do you think?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, everyone is talking about it, all the pundits, and it's all over everywhere. So, of course, it's in their minds. And of course, they're dreaming of it. It's literally a dream if you're playing for a football team to win the quadruple. There's literally nothing better. So it's definitely on their radar. It's definitely something that they're all thinking about. The manager as well, Klopp. But
even though he says he's not.
He says he's not, but of course you are. Of course you are. Who wouldn't be thinking about that kind of thing? And I think like at the thing is, at the end of the season, they could just come out with a Carabao Cup trophy when they've had all this hype surrounding them. They could win the Champions League, the Premier League. I don't think City will bottle the Premier League. I know it's still possible, but I think if City are playing West Ham on Sunday, which West Ham are a good side, don't get me wrong, but if City win that, I think they basically have won the league. I was looking at something earlier and it was like, if they win this, Liverpool would need to get, it was like, in their next 2 games, they need to win like 4-0 or something like that.
Yeah, because the goal difference has gone up massively now, hasn't it?
Because of De Bruyne doing amazing. Guy. Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne.
I know.
Don't we
let go. But yeah, we'll move on from that. But
we will.
Yeah, I think I can't even remember what I was saying now. Yeah, basically Premier League. I don't think City will lose the Premier League at this point. I know it was possible, but Liverpool were the ones who fell back. They drew to Tottenham. Was it Tottenham? Whereas City have not done that. They keep winning game after game. So,
and although Liverpool beat Villa in the week, I thought Liverpool looked quite shaky. They didn't look like the Liverpool that we know, who are just absolutely on it and completely, reckless in attack and defence. They looked a little shaky to me, and I don't know whether there's a bit of sort of pressure there. I don't know. I just felt they weren't the Liverpool that we all know and dislike.
I thought that as well. I was saying like they don't look, but the thing is that you say pressure. As I said earlier, they're definitely thinking like that they want to win the quadruple, but at the same time, there's so much pressure on it because everyone's kind of hyping it up and saying, "Oh, Liverpool could win the quadruple." No team has ever gotten this far.
But that's why I keep hyping it up, because I'm like, yeah, Liverpool fans. Every Liverpool fan I know, I'm like, so you're going to win the quadruple, yeah?
So the team, they're under immense pressure, 100% from the fans and from the fans' expectations and from hopes and dreams and all of this, but. I don't know. I think Champions League is a possibility for them coming up against Real Madrid. But then again, Real Madrid, they're not the same team in Europe. Europe is sort of their thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
We are banging on a bit about Liverpool here, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's stop.
We're getting as bad as the pundits, aren't we? It's like everyone just talks about Liverpool. But back to Chelsea.
Back to Chelsea. Okay, FA Cup final then. Let's not discredit our season as well, because Club World Cup champions, final of the Carabao Cup, we've got top 4, we're in an FA Cup final. Yeah. The season has not all been doom and gloom, and we've had a lot to deal with. So going into this final, what do you think Tuchel will be saying to the players?
I think he will be saying, look at this year we've had. Look at my sort of pathway when I came into Chelsea. Look at in my first season with you guys, I came in January, and then 5 months later, we were lifting the Champions League trophy. And then look at us this season, the amount of like shit that Chelsea has had to go through this whole season with the owners and even Lukaku, the whole situation with that wasn't good. But the ownership and everyone's saying that Chelsea's kind of fallen off and stuff, but I don't think we have. I mean, obviously we were favourites to win the league by literally so many people, and we did fall off from that. But in terms of like our glory this season, we literally won the Club World Cup. We made it to the Carabao Cup final, didn't win that, but that could have gone either way. I mean, Kepa just missed the penalty, that was it. And then we're in the FA Cup final. We could still win that. We did good in Europe, and it was actually unfortunate because we could have made it to the semi-finals and played Man City, but because of Real Madrid's just weird comeback thing that they keep doing against PSG, us, and then City, that was unfortunate. But we had just won the Champions League the season before, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. And I don't think we've fallen off. Obviously, we haven't gone on to win the Premier League, but we've done so much. And in spite of everything that we've been through, I would call this season a success. And it's only people that just need like endless glory that would say that this season hasn't been a success. I think it has. It's been a tough one. And I think Tuchel's managed it really well. He's gone through his own problems, having a divorce and stuff as well, which is honestly, it's one of the worst things a human can go through. So I think we've done fantastically well this season.
I could not agree more. I honestly feel, you've got to be proud of the team this season. You really do. And it's inspiring. And I hope everyone gets behind Chelsea tomorrow, because you know, the fans are amazing anyway. We've been to our fair share of games this season, and we do have the best fans. They are brilliant. We are so resilient, and we have to put up with a lot. And this season, it's not always been roses and what's the phrase?
I always say, like,
I was going to say guns and roses. That's not it.
I always say unicorns and rainbows, but that's like my own weird thing.
I mean,
that's not a quote.
Do you?
So I know what you're trying to say, but that's my little version of it.
We are resilient basically, and I still consider this season to be a success despite everything that's gone on.
I know as it draws to a close, it's not the best that Rudiger's going, and all our centre backs are suddenly, we're going to have like one centre back left. We're going to have players leaving that we didn't think were going to leave, that we didn't want to leave, especially Rudiger. He's the biggest loss, 100% biggest loss. There's also uncertainty about Timo Werner, Ziyech, even Lukaku. Like, we don't know what's happening. But I think at the same time, there's so much to look forward to in terms of Ben Chilwell returning. And we've got our academy boys coming through. We've got Mason Mount and Reece James. They're going to be offered new contracts by our new owner, Todd, the man.
Good old Todd.
He said he's going to be offering them new contracts. We've got a great academy of great players, and he said he's going to invest in the squad heavily, and this summer he's going to spend. He said that. So hopefully we'll bring some experienced players in, and we've got stuff to look forward to despite the losses.
Exactly. We've come out the other end and we are optimistic and excited. That is what we like. Okay, we're going to end with Mackie's prediction for the FA Cup final.
Here we go again. Right. FA Cup final. I am going to go with... See, I was going to say 1-0 to Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think, like, they might score. I still think we'll win, but they might score. Like, look at their front three. Whoa. I'm gonna say 2-1 in the 90 minutes. Not going to extra time this time. Guys, we're not doing it anymore. Come on. We've grown out of that extra time penalty stuff.
Been there, done that.
90 minutes, and we're gonna beat the Scows, and we're gonna do it in the name of football.
Wow.
Yeah,
we're going to end the quadruple dream officially. Dead and buried.
Everyone will say Chelsea ended that bullshit of the quadruple. They will say that. Yeah.
And they're going to point when they say it.
They will.
So 2-1. I like it.
Yeah, 2-1. 90 minutes. Yeah.
I can get on board with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we will see what happens, and we will get behind the boys tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. It will be fine. It will be good. It will be good. Okay, Mackie, it's lovely to speak to you again.
As usual, as always.
All right, Big Ed. Everyone loves talking to me.
I said you too, as always. So it's always good to speak to you.
Well, thank you very much. It kind of helps, doesn't it?
It does.
Well,
should we just...
Are you going to do your dance?
Do I have a dance? I don't have a dance.
Put you on the spot.
I don't have a dance.
We've got Mackie's lucky FA Cup final dance. Go.
I'm gonna... What's that? It's Drogba.
There you go.
My dance.
Flashbacks.
Little Drogba. Didier.
See, we need someone like him. Look, we're going to waffle about Drogba now. What? Anyway, good luck to the boys tomorrow. 2-1 to Chelsea, and we are going to do it. Yes. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you for watching, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.